In part 2 of our Outback Queensland, we visit Augathella, Tambo, Blackall and Barcaldine. We finished our last episode at Charleville, so moving on from there, we call into Augathella on our way up to Tambo, where we camped adjacent the Barcoo River. This is the water tower at Augathella. Sorry about the drone footage or the quality of it. I probably need to read some instructions or use it a little bit more, one of the two, or both probably.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
The story has it that Meat Ant Park at Augathella was named after their local footy club from back in the 60s, the mighty Meat Ants. We check out a bit of the street art at Augathella and then we make our way on through to Tambo. Coming into Tambo from Charleville direction, we've come across this little dam here. It's called the Tambo Dam. It's got a boat ramp, it's got a picnic area, parking area adjacent it. It's not a bad little spot. Looks like the water level's down a little bit at the moment, but other than that, yes, nice little spot.
There's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning
Oh. Fanny Mays. No. Old teddy bear shop. Tambo Shire or council truck from the past. An old Chevy. There we go, that bugger.
In 1863 we were gazetted as a town. We are the oldest town in the west, Tambo is.
We visited the Tambo Museum and this lady is one of the local farmers in the area and she gave us a rundown on the red board, which is the history of the place through the years, and and various other things. Went out to the shearing room, I guess you call it, and she gave us a rundown on some of the stuff that had taken place there and how they'd fenced off their properties for wild dogs, etc. I found it very interesting.
Both of them, and we had the Chinese market gardeners. They were all along the Barcoo. They fed the town and that. 1927 we had the Qantas crash here over on the Claypan, and the pilot, he was a World War I pilot, he was killed with the 2 passengers on board, and they're buried in our cemetery. And then right around until 2013 we had a 150-year celebration.
Go out there, Mike, go out in the back to the shearing.
Yeah, have a look at the shearing there. About 10 years ago we put the fence
This
up.
is the old shearing stand.
Big exclusion fence, and it's 240 kilometres long. This is it. It went around 14 properties, and it's a big high 6-foot fence. It took in the boundaries 14 properties, and that to keep the wild dogs out, to bring the sheep back into the area. There's only about 4 properties, 3, 4, well 3 because one's getting out, of merinos. We went back into meat sheep when we got the fence up, and all the properties within this area in here, the 14, we all fenced ourselves off from our neighbours as well, you know, and that. So
you still have any trouble with dogs?
Yes.
Wild dogs? Yep.
Yes. About 2 weeks ago we got 5 dogs in, on our place. And, they do terrible at what they do to the sheep. Anyway, we got them.
Oh, thank you for that.
That's quite okay. Yeah. No, have a look around.
Hello, guys. Dog, what are you doing here? You going to sit, boss?
Sit.
Not piss on it. Sit.
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 Sit down. Here. Sit. Sit down.
Good boy.
Massive.
Jesus. There she is. A big old building, isn't it? Goes way back. This big building here is the Shire Hall. I guess they still use it, I don't know. It looks like it's in pretty good nick here. Bloody cattle trucks. There would have been probably 30 of them going the other way, I reckon, when we're coming up today. This artistic piece of gear was built for some sort of art festival here at Tambo in 2012. And it's ended up back here. That's just by the Transport Museum. It's about the only side of this truck I can get, because if I go around the other side in the glass you get all the reflection. Just all the bit of history on the walls going through the years. From Tambo we do all of 100 kilometres to Blackall, where I do a tour of the Wool Scour. Found it very interesting if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, well, you probably won't find it that interesting. But then we had a bit of a look around town and then went to Ram Park Museum.
To see the horizon and the far excuses were.
So they came up with the concept of the scour, and the first scour line, what we call the British or English scour line, came out in 1906, and it came out with a steam engine. Now steam engines need fuel, and the fuel they used was gidgee, and there's actually no gidgee around here, but as you're coming out past the sale yards there's gidgee on either side of the road. It's not an endangered species, it's actually a weed, it just keeps growing. But it's a very dense, heavy wood, and it burns very hot. And it was ideal for the steam engine. And over the years, of course, you have a byproduct of burning wood, and that's a heritage listed pile of ash that came out of the boilers. As I said, the original scour line was the English scour line, and that came out in 1906, and this is the original boiler that came out with it, what we call the Babcock and Wilcox boiler. And Babcock and Wilcox still make stuff today. Put on a boat in England, and shipped out here to Rocky, and then put on the train from Rockhampton to Jericho, and then by bullock wagon from Jericho to Blackall. It weighs 4 tonnes and it's 45 horsepower, but it has a 2-tonne flywheel. Cardio, that's correct. I suspect that some of you have been in a shearing shed, so forgive me for boring you if you know a bit without what I'm talking about now. So the woolly sheep are prepared down in the yards, and then they're brought up along that lane at the back there. They're sectioned off with gates, and then they're forced into what we call catching pens here. So this is a catching pen, holds about 30 woolly sheep, and then the shearer goes in there, puts his hand under the jaw of the sheep, turns its head, pushes down on its rump, picks up its front legs, drags it out and shears it. Shoves it down the chute into what we call the count-out pens, and then he works for 2 hours. The shearer's day consisted of 4 runs of 2 hours.
So this is the scouring machine. You can see the fingers on the arms there. They drag the fleeces through all the different solutions. Eventually comes out the other end, and then eventually it gets baled up and goes to wherever they send it, I guess. In 1918, this scouring shed put out 7,600 bales of wool, which is a fair effort, I reckon. I'm just out the back of the shearing shed now. The old sheep yards, old timber yards. So yeah, when they used to bring the sheep in, yard them up, and then up into the shearing shed for shearing. The old ash pile from the gidgee they used to burn in the boilers. The shearer's kitchen here with the old original stove in the background there, but a few newer appliances in amongst it all. This is the outside of the shearer's kitchen and the shearer's quarters. When I was shearing down the shed, the shearers used to live on site. And old meat safe there at the end of the kitchen. This artesian bore used to supply the scouring shed with water, but they've reduced the pressure right back now.
For a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a rage.
You can hop on the phone. No, that's your seawater.
Got some special starting fluid here. What are you doing there, Bros? Hey? The old girl sitting there.
Come on,
Hey?
we'll find you a drink. Go fishing.
Bit of machinery from past era sitting here. The old grader. Even a bloody donkey in here. Classic museum piece. We left Blackall this morning and did a short run up to Barcaldine, about, I don't know, 100 kilometres or something. This is Barcaldine Lagoon Creek, I think it's called. Looks like they have water sports and all that sort of stuff here. It goes way down there. I don't know how much further down there it goes. There's a bike track down there further, like an enduro track. So yeah. Looks like they've got a bit of a function centre just up here as well. This is the Barcaldine War Memorial area. And we got the clock here as well. All the names listed on there. The Masonic Lodge building, built in 1901. It's built out of timber and iron, but they made it look like it's bricks.
Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give.
Back in 1891, what's now become the Labor Party was formed under the Tree of Knowledge. Well, I reckon the current mob need to come and sit under the bloody thing for a while. The old pub across the road's going off. Ooh, whoops, step. That's pretty cool. Coming and checking out the Tree of Knowledge at night time's been the highlight of our visit to Barcaldine, I reckon. Now that we're full of knowledge, I think we'll leave this episode here. On the next one, we head through to Longreach. A fair bit to see there, so that should be a good one. Hope you've enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.